You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889. Also sponsored by CNB Bank. Go to carlsbadnational.com to learn more.
Thank you for listening to Community Forum. My name's Johnny Chandler. I'm the owner of KCCC 930 AM and the host of Community Forum. And with me today is Maria Quintana. Maria Quintana is the Community Education Coordinator, Director. What's the official title there, Maria?
The coordinator of community education.
Southeast New Mexico College Community Education Coordinator. She's also a loving mom and a foster mom as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get into a little bit about that because Maria is really the reason that we're here. But I also wanted to introduce Ethne Flores. Ethne Flores has been on the program once before. You loyal listeners are going to know this because she was on with the early college choir.
Yes.
Right? And so she raised a bunch of money to go to New York, so that's wonderful. But she's here now officially as a KCCC 930 AM intern.
Yes.
Right? So as your first task as being an intern, besides helping set up the equipment that we're recording on today, is I need you to very smoothly, very suavely say KCCC 930 AM. Because if you're going to be on the radio, you got to be able to say that really cool. Let's hear it.
KCCC 9:30 a.m.
That was 4 C's.
Oh.
I think there's only 3 C's in the name of the radio station, so go ahead and try it again.
KCCC 9:30 a.m.
Right, you got to practice it to make it sound cool, to make stuff roll off the tongue. Like Southeast New Mexico College, or SENMC, which is where we're recording out of today, it certainly does not roll off the tongue, right? But when you practice it, you can make it sound that way, and people get jealous of how they say it, right? So now I want you to say KCCC 9:30 a.m.
KCCC 9:30 a.m.
Right. So KCCC is very understandable, rolls off the tongue a little bit better, so we're slowly morphing into that logo.
Okay.
So, and that's our slogan now. So thank you very much. All right. So Ethne is here because Ethne's an early college high school student, and she's very interested in being active in the community.
Yes.
Right. We'll probably stay in Carlsbad the rest of her life and be a future leader. Maybe not. She'll have to go somewhere else to continue education, but she'll come back. But tell me, Ethne, what is it that interests you about, like, interning on the radio or, you know, doing audio stuff? What kind of interested you from that first time you walked into the home studio that I have?
I just thought the setup was really neat, and I wanted to learn the process of how you put everything together.
I think that's awesome. Of course, that makes me feel good, right? And it was a home studio setup. We don't have a professional studio yet, Maria, so I appreciate the fact that you felt like it was set up good and well, because right now we are in Maria's tiny little office at SENMC, crowded with wires, but you've decorated beautifully, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Maria Quintana, Community Education Coordinator. Now, the big news splash, and we're not gonna bury the lead here, right? The lead story is the first thing we talk about, right? You have won and are 40 under 40 for the city of Carlsbad?
Yes.
Right, so you're one of 40 people.
There was actually 47.
47? All right, hold on. I'm going to slow down, and I hope whoever the organizer of 40 under 40, I hope they're here listening right now, okay? So 40 under 40, which they have in every city all over the country, Ethne. Every city, every community has a 40 under 40, right? So they want to recognize their 40 most influential people who are under the age of 40, right? People don't become mayors or leaders or presidents or congresswomen and stuff like that until they're over 40, right? It's when you're over in your 40s, you've lived a life and some experience, right, that those things tend to happen for you, right? That's why you don't see a lot of 26-year-old mayors walking around, right? You need some life experience, right? So it's nice for communities to recognize their 40-year-olds that are under 40 that are doing great things, because if they're already doing great things now, their potential in another 20, 30 years is way high, right? Let's really recognize them. But it's called 40 under 40. Maria.
Yes.
So, because they're only supposed to be 40 people, because that's what makes it exclusive. So, you are Carlsbad's 47 under 40?
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct. For this year.
We're going to say there were so many amazing people in Carlsbad that they couldn't dwindle it down, right? I mean, like, look, if you're 39, this is it. This is the last year. Right? If you can't get in, they don't have any 60 under 60s, right? They don't do that. So, all right, cool. We're going to say that you are literally number 1 of that 47, okay? So go ahead and tell me a little bit about what that meant for you and the designation of winning 40 under 40. And I also want to know a little bit about how you were, you had to be nominated, of course, right?
Yes, I did get nominated. According to my supervisor, he said that 2 ladies on campus nominated me, which was Murdy, my previous supervisor.
Okay.
And Samantha Villa and Juanita Garcia, but she's the director of student services, or the VP of student services.
Yeah, So I met Dr. Garcia. She's great. So she nominated you.
Yes, she
The
said.
Dr. Monty Harris didn't nominate you.
No,
Okay, but he's the one that like.
that went with me. Yes.
Yeah, he's the one that got all the accolades for nominating you, even though he
Yes.
didn't.
So these three ladies submitted the nomination to Dr. Beardmore, and he's the one that actually was the main person to nominate me.
Okay. And have you seen the nomination?
I haven't.
You have yet to read the letter that nominated you?
All three of them. Yeah.
So, did they not make them available for you to read, or?
Well, they haven't emailed them to me yet. I've asked for them, so hopefully I get them.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm really curious to see what they said about me.
Well, I mean, Ethne, what do you think? I don't think that they said negative things.
Probably not.
Right. So, all right. So you haven't read the nomination letters yet. So why don't you tell us, and I'm going to put you on the spot here for a second too, right? Why don't you tell us some of the qualities that you believe you have within SENMC, and you were nominated as the community education coordinator, correct?
Yes.
So go ahead and tell me a little bit about like some of the qualities you think that you had to make this a successful position at the college, as well as what made you stand out amongst 47 other people.
Okay. Well, when I returned to work in July of 2020, there was no community education program anymore. So they called me back to come and restart everything again. And when I did that, I met Monty Harris. He was the VP at the moment. And he gave me all the freedom. He told me I could just do what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I wanted to focus more on our youth, because before we had only had summer camps.
Okay.
And this time I decided to do the Wednesday kids camps, because the kids used to get out on Wednesdays early before. And then I started doing more fall classes for kids, more spring, more summer classes that focused on different areas of different interests that the kids had at the moment. Since I have 6 kids of my own, I knew what, each of them have different interests, and I knew what they would be interested in. And then I would ask my youngest son, what he liked to do or what he thought would be.
How old is your youngest son?
He's 10, and at the moment he was really interested in acting.
Okay.
So we brought the first little acting camp for the kids, and we had about 23 kids. And Matt Fletcher, he works out at the community theater.
Right.
He was the instructor for it, and he was able to put a play in 2 weeks, which usually takes months.
A long time.
Yes, because Ethne has been participating at the community theater, so she knows how long it takes to get all these plays going. And the play was really successful. The kids did great, so I continued it. We did the beginning acting for adults, the Police Academy for kids, and Citizens Police Academy for the adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How long have you been working at SEMC in this position?
in this one, just since 2019.
Okay.
Then I got laid off in 2020
Because of COVID or what?
because of COVID. Yeah.
Right. They're like, what?
We couldn't have the community here
Yeah,
anymore.
right, right.
And everybody was teleworking, so I was one of the positions that wasn't able to telework anymore.
So you came back when the position opened back up, is that what you're saying?
No, we didn't. We had a director at the time, and he needed help, so they just called me back and asked me if I wanted to restart the program. I came in as a temp, which is 29 hours.
The first time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And then I finally got hired in last November for full time, because I couldn't do the whole thing in 29 hours. It was
Right,
impossible to
right.
focus on the whole program in just 29 hours. So
Right, and then when you're starting a new program, which so many people had to do after COVID, like just basically to start over, right?
yeah,
And when you're starting over and you're building a program like that,
mm-hmm.
it's hard to want to invest in a full-time employee when you're not sure if you could build the program yet, And obviously, once they realized that you were going to be a rock star, once they realized you were one of the 47 most influential people under 40 in Carlsbad, they're all, forget it, here's the big money,
yes.
right?
And it was really hard to get the people back into the community after COVID.
Sure.
So once the classes started to come out, and there were different interests for all the individuals in the community, then we started seeing more enrollment, which I was excited about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, more enrollment. Like, how important was it for you, right, and anybody else that's on the community education team to get that first class after COVID out of the way?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. I was really excited because I had been trying to advertise as much as I could. Each individual class, I helped Sky with the advertising and designing the brochures and the flyers. And it was just exciting to finally get people into college and to get all the rooms going, to order all the supplies we finally needed. So I was really excited
to make
about
it feel like how it used to feel before COVID.
Feel,
right?
yes.
Do you remember anything how it used to feel before COVID, Ethne? I mean,
I don't.
because you're a junior right now, right?
Yeah,
so you still got another year of high school, and then
Yes.
you're also doing the early college thing, which means you'll be done with high school and have an associate's degree at the same time.
Yes.
Impressive, smart move. A little round of applause, Maria, for somebody that motivated. Good job. So do you remember very much about like school before and after then when it comes to COVID?
I remember a little bit of beforehand. I just kind of remember they told us to go home, and we were like, "Oh, 2 weeks off," and then it was not 2 weeks.
No.
Right.
It went longer, and then I just kind of remember coming back 9th grade, and everyone still had their masks, but yeah.
It's an interesting perspective, right, Maria? Because you and I obviously were adults before COVID hit,
Yes.
right? And then after COVID and everything changed, right? And people wearing masks, and so like the idea of being a middle schooler when that happened, and how that even relates to high school, it just seems so different.
It is so different.
Can't
I
really
saw
relate
through
to
my kids' eyes,
Yeah.
It was hard because they couldn't go out with their friends anymore.
Yeah,
They couldn't go to the movies. They couldn't do any of the fun stuff.
right. And all the fun stuff that you want to do when you're a kid. When you get old, you just want to stay home all the time, right? But I was like, you're not old, right? That's not the point. So Ethne, I'd like you to ask Maria a question or two, or just one. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. About the idea of you could be a future 40 under 40 in Carlsbad, which would be amazing. You're already super motivated, right? So like, is there anything you want to ask Maria to help you in your journey?
One thing I did have a question before I forget, though. Whenever you're talking about how you did Wednesdays after school activities, just because we get early outs on Mondays now. Is there any change?
There
with that?
was, yes. This fall, I started offering the Monday kids camps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice because I know.
I really want to focus on the youth because just like you, I want them to be able to have this opportunity to come to the early college and get their associates, get all that out of the way so that way they can move on and go get their bachelor's somewhere else or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I talk to, well, not a lot, but some people I talk to, they don't know what their early college is either.
Right.
I was just wondering how you were able to kind of get the word out of these things and how people were able to come to the events and activities for kids.
Well, throughout the events that we offer through the college, we always mention the early college and the nursing department because I think that's what makes our college so unique. And when the parents ask me, well, what other activities they offer for the kids, I tell them, all the over little kid camps, but they also go up to teenagers. Our computer classes are 16 and up. The art classes are all 16 and up. We just offered a digital media class.
Yeah.
And some of the parents are really excited to get their homeschool kids into the early college as well, or dual credit.
Yeah, I think just even from compared to last year to now, I've seen a lot how like the word has gone out more, and I think that's really improved, and
yes,
I think that's good.
Everybody that we get into the campus, we try to advertise of everything that we're offering, not just the associate's degrees, but we also have adult education, the workforce, community education, our nursing department, the early college, all these amazing things that a lot of the community is not aware of yet.
Yeah, and we're brand new.
And we're brand new.
We're brand new.
And we have that freedom.
Right, we're not Aggies, we're mountain lions,
we're
right?
mountain
We haven't been mountain lions for very long.
Right.
But we're tougher than the Aggies, you can already tell. I'm more worried about an mountain lion than I am an Aggie, just so you know, for the record. Maria, I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to 40 under 40 or 47 under 40 here. I wanted to ask you a little bit about what were some of the perks? What did you receive for winning that? I mean, there's got to be some accolades beyond just getting a certificate, right?
Yes. Well, we got invited to dinner.
Okay. Well, let's get some details.
Yes.
Where was the dinner at? What'd you have?
At the Carousel.
Okay, Carousel House, Pickles River Valley Conference Center, Carousel House, right?
Yes.
We've all been there.
So it was there. We got our tables. We got to sit with the people that nominated us. So Monty went with us.
But
It was-
Monty
yeah.
didn't nominate you. All right. Okay. Just don't forget, folks, at the beginning of this program, the guy that got the rewards for nominating her didn't actually nominate her.
Don't tell him that.
No, well, he's going to listen.
But him and his wife joined my husband and I, and we had a really nice dinner. I think that PJ's Real Cafe
Yeah.
catered, and they are amazing. And then we all had to line up outside, and they called us alphabetically ordered to receive our awards.
So you were one of the last ones?
Yeah, I was the last
Well,
one.
you're used to that
Yeah,
in your life.
I am with the Quintana, you know.
Yeah.
It's the last. So I got this awesome trophy right behind me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
they changed them up a little bit this past year, I believe.
Well, that's a puzzle piece, right?
It is
that
a
what
puzzle
that
piece
is?
now.
So what were they before? Was it a different piece of the puzzle?
I think it was just a little square.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, just all square, like boring,
I
right?
like the saying on it.
What does it say? I'll have Anthony read it.
Says, yes.
Oh. Individually, you are unique. Together, you are unstoppable.
All
Yes.
right. I'm glad because Anthony, I couldn't see that.
No.
Like it's
I
too
can't
far
see
away
it.
from me.
So I think that's why they made it a puzzle piece this year, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why we have. That's why I brought Ethne on as an intern, so I can read stuff without having to use glasses.
Far away.
Yeah, I was like, that wasn't that far away. This is a
No.
tiny office, folks. You have no idea how tiny this office is, and I couldn't read that.
It's one of the perks of getting older.
Yeah. So what other perks did you have?
Yeah.
You've gotten a lot of publicity
I
for
am.
this victory, right? Including the radio station interview,
Yes.
but also you were in the Carlsbad Current Argus.
I was on the front page of the Carlsbad
Wow.
Current Argus.
Front
on
page
Sunday.
of the Argus,
Yes.
a Sunday paper, which
The
is the big
Sunday
one.
paper,
That's
the
the big one.
with the big old picture.
With the colored comics.
colored,
Yeah.
colored picture, which was amazing. I woke up Sunday morning to a text message from my friend telling me
Awesome.
that I was on the front page of the newspaper.
Now you were on the Carlsbad local too, though, right?
I was on the Carlsbad local.
But that was like a together photo
That
of
was
the whole
just a
team.
together photo. But I didn't expect to be on the front page, the newspaper. Mike had emailed me asking me, when would be the best time to interview.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that it was just for the little picture that they put with the,
Right.
with your comments of what it means to you.
Well, I think it's important that Maria, that as the copy machine and the printer kicks off here in our very tiny office, and amongst all the other noises in the background, right? The idea is that, I think that speaks, and it's nice to see a local reporter from the Argus understanding that it speaks to the volumes and the importance that SENMC is now and what they're becoming for the community, right? And the idea that we are a community college,
community
right?
college,
We were NMSU Aggies. We were a branch of NMSU. We weren't a community college. We were a college that they built to help feed students to go to Las Cruces, right?
Yes.
We are now a college that is meant for the community, which means way more than taking math and English and science classes, which they offer here, and you should look into if you want. Matter of fact, November 8th started spring enrollment, folks, so go to senmc.edu if you want to check out and get enrolled for some of the classes in the spring, right? Is that true, Ethne?
I need to get enrolled now.
Okay, but is November 8th the first day?
I think so.
Okay,
yes.
so here's another thing you gotta Ethne, you're a college student, you're a high school student, you're a radio station intern. You've got to keep us apprised of this, right? So Ethne's going to help us next in the spring semester with the podcasting class, right? We're going to do a podcasting class, and so it's important that everybody, if you'd be interested in that, it's important to go to senmc.edu. We'll have that listed at some point soon. We don't have it listed yet, but you're going to help us with that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And so, what makes you excited about the idea of a podcasting class?
Really, that you can learn how to work a podcast, how to put together a podcast, and the aspects of it, and really, in the end, being able to create your own podcast, learning and kind of talking about whatever your passion is or whatever you really want to let people know or talk about, and you can talk about it with yourself or with a group of people.
Right. And so, Maria, we're running it through community education. One, because just to put it very simple, like there's a lot of steps and hoops that the state of New Mexico makes you go through for certain things. Academics for sure, which makes sense, right? You got to teach at a math standard, you got to teach an English standard. But community education means come on in, improve your hobby. Everybody seems to want to do a podcast now, right? None of us are going to be a Joe Rogan or Kelsey Brothers S podcast probably, but you'll never know if you don't try one first, right? And so that's what we're doing. And Maria's going to help us with that. And we're also going to open it up to Spanish speakers as well, which I think is important because if you don't know and you're listening, SENMC is an Hispanic serving institution. We're designated that. Let's not be confused. We have a large Hispanic population in this city, and we want to make them community members. We want them to be empowered by the community just as much as anybody whose family's been here 6 or 7 generations.
Definitely.
Right? It's all, everybody's welcome in that same regard. So we do podcasting classes. Do you have anything you want to share for the spring that's coming up on community education?
Yes, I've been getting a lot of interested people wanting to teach us new classes.
Okay.
There was a massage therapist that contacted me yesterday, so
Nice.
I'm really excited to get that. There's the cake decorating, which is really popular. And for the kids, we're going to be offering cooking around the world. That was really popular in the summer. So the cooking around the world, little scientists, the art classes are really popular. Or dance it off, which is tonight, every Tuesday. Yes.
Every Tuesday, dance it off every Tuesday.
Yes.
Now, when does the college take time off then? Like holidays, when we're closing the holidays, like Thanksgiving. You're gonna do one Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay. And then you won't do any for the Tuesdays that we're closed for Christmas break.
No.
But then
no.
once we're done with that, we're back into it.
Yes, in February, all our spring classes are going to start.
Okay, so February is when we start spring classes. Good to know. What's the best way for somebody in the community to be apprised, to learn about community education? How can I learn where we have classes? What can we do on that? Where's all that listed?
We have our own community education Facebook page.
All right.
Where I post all the upcoming classes. We also have our brochure listed on the senmc.edu/community education website.
Okay. senmc.edu/community education.
Yes.
Got it.
And the registration forms can also be found there.
Okay.
Or if anybody would like to give me a call at 575-234-9268.
Okay.
To find out more, or if they're interested in teaching something. I'm always looking for new instructors.
Okay. No, that's great. So that's a very important designation is what we're asking if you're listening, is that if you are interested in doing any type of teaching anything, I mean, there's not like an education requirement. It's just a skill requirement and a passion
skills.
requirement, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Right.
we are focused on our Spanish-speaking instructors. There's a lot of instructors that would like to come and teach, but their first language is Spanish. So, we're also open to that because a lot of our ESL students from upstairs, they want to take new classes, but they're kind of nervous about it because,
Right.
English is their second language. So.
Right. I mean, I'd be down for a nice Spanglish style podcast. I mean, really, we speak so much of it anyways, and you don't even know, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Like I
Australian.
speak a lot of Spanish within the middle of my English, and I don't really understand that I'm doing it, because it's like such a normal word for us.
Especially here in New Mexico.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
So also you could do mquintana at senmc.edu. Send you questions, mquintana at senmc.edu. And I also will preface that by saying Ethne, our intern, is the one that handed me that information, realizing right away that that'd be important for us to send out there. So thank you, Ethne. Great job already improvising. Well, we do need to kind of wrap it up. And so I'm gonna have Ethne say something, whatever you want to say. Anything else you want to say? Putting you on the spot. All right, you can make something up, but I might want to keep it on topic if I was you. And then Maria, I'll have a final question for you as well.
Okay, sure.
So Ethne, I mean, I don't have a question for you necessarily, but what do you want to say?
Well, I kind of had more of a question.
Nice. Okay.
I was just wondering if there was anything that you would say to me or like kids your age. I mean, kids
Your age.
kids at your kids' age.
Oh,
That's
at
my
my
question.
kids' age.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes,
trying to
that's
say.
a perfect question. Well, as young adults, teenagers, there's a lot of pressure on you all to, succeed in school, succeed as a friend, as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
No. Everybody knows what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
As there's so many people that you have to
Kind of meet expectations.
a lot of expectations you need to meet. So one of the things is, not to stress so much about that, but to try your best. And today I learned from one of my friends, we were talking about bringing this new class, and she was telling me about how she has a list of 100 goals that she wants to, dreams that she wants to achieve. So I told her, what do you do once you achieve that dream, that goal? And she said, I just add another one. And that's something that has been on my mind, that I want to tell my kids when I get home, because I want to see all of their dreams, all of their goals. I want them to succeed at everything they want to do.
Yeah.
Not what they want, not the expectations that they think that I want them to do, but the things that they want to do. Because it's very important to focus on yourself and your goals and your dreams, not for everybody else, but just for yourself. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to instill in myself, and I want to do that for my kids as well. Yeah, that they don't have to impress me, or their friends or anybody else but themselves, and make those goals and those dreams come true for themselves, not for anybody else.
Yeah, and I think a lot of younger kids, and especially even kids my age, still, need to hear that.
Yes, we have to keep that kid inside of us. She told me, because as kids we have such an open mind. As young kids, even as we're little, like my little 5-year-old, she tells me she wants to be a ballerina, she wants to be a Barbie, she wants to be a princess. And I'm like, yes, you could do that. It's possible. I wish we had that mentality in ourselves as adults, to keep furthering our education, to keep going, to keep following those dreams that we have. Because it's important. But I love how my friend told me that, when she achieves one of those goals, she just makes another one. She has this never-ending list of 100 dreams and goals that she wants to accomplish, even if it's the smallest one. So that really hit me today, and I wanted to share that as soon as I got home with my kids. So thank you for that question.
Yeah.
Great question. Anything else, Ethne?
I don't think so.
Okay, no problem. Well, Ethne's going to be a pretty regular guest on this program. Okay. We're gonna let you lead this. I'm just gonna hang out and take a nap soon enough. Hopefully, Maria, 2 questions for you, real quick. We'll start with the lesser of the two, in my opinion, because it's just this. The 40 under 40 is a moment in time, and it's a great recognition, and you deserve it for sure from the little amount of time that I've known you.
Thank you.
So, first question: what does receiving 40 under 40 mean? I'm not even going to say winning, because you're nominated and you receive that, because this is a nomination from your peers, right? So, one, what does being 40 under 40 mean? And I won't even make fun of 47 under 40 anymore. What does 40 under 40 mean? And then 2, what is the idea of your role at community education here at SENMC mean?
To me, being nominated for the 40 under 40 was very special to me, because I had tried so hard to get this program going this past year. And it was a very difficult year for me, but because I'm not only, I'm not just a community education coordinator, I'm also a mom of 6 kids. I'm a foster parent, which has been one of the hardest things that I have done. I tell everybody that's one of the hardest things I have done. So getting that award to me was not just, telling me that I'm doing a good job as an employee, but also as a parent, and also for a community, because I want all the kids in the community to see how important it is, to further your education, to keep going, no matter what way you have to do it.
Well, I encourage everybody to check out SENMC. Yes. Honestly, as the owner of the radio station, as I've not told anybody, I did take the broadcast media program manager position here at SENMC, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a media program at this independent college, newly independent college, and we want everybody in the community to feel like they have an opportunity to be a part of that. In order for that to happen, they need to start paying attention to community education. Yes. Right? Our classes start in February. We'll have one in February it's an introduction to podcasting. Right? It gets you on the radio, it gets you on the internet right away. Right? Podcast is a radio show, by the way, everybody. It's just access online. Okay. That's it. That's all I got. Any last words from either one of you?
I was just thinking it's important to note that it's a very welcoming environment. So for anyone.
It is. Yeah. It is. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I think you make a really big difference in that, because your doors, every time because I walk through in the morning and evening too, your door is always open, and I see you sometimes going in choir and stuff, and you're always like smiling. You're like, hi.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, you guys are my the only people I see.
That is true.
So I'm happy to see you guys and how hard you're working, especially in the choir. I love to listen to Miss Robin and you all singing. It's really nice and calming, I believe, because I think these offices were empty for a long time. So now that I'm here, I'm like, you're the ones that I get to see all day and listen to you practicing for choir and how hard you're trying to do it. Because you're trying to go.
No, they're already gone.
Yeah. They already gone?
So this is, we pre-record all of our episodes,
okay.
right?
Oh, they're already
so
gone.
They're actually, by the time that we air this episode, they'll have come back from New York City already. Wow. And then we're going to interview Ethne about her wild and crazy trip to New York City.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's all the time we got for this one, folks. Maria Quintana, Community Education Coordinator, SENMC, mom, foster mom, 40 under 40 extraordinaire. Thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Ethne Flores, first broadcast as an intern, really added some significant questions as well as great information. You're a natural, so thank you for coming on as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889. Also sponsored by CNB Bank. Go to carlsbadnational.com to learn more.